Let me ask you guys. Let me try one more thing. I'm gonna unplug something, and then you tell me if you can still hear me.
No,
cannot hear you.
You're out.
That's the microphone button. But the kids are super quiet now. I'm not sure if that's still for.
And that's what the effect of it was.
Yeah.
Look, you just mute the whole.
Coop, so you're meeting our. Oh, let's see it this way. Yeah, you're meeting the guy. You're meeting the guy right now.
Joe, nice to meet you, my friend.
What's up, man? It's good to be here. It's good to meet you.
Mom, I'm excited.
You guys get me back?
Yeah.
Okay. Got you back, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid the peanut gallery back here, dude. But last time, Coops, and I just told my brother this. My brother and I just did a little recording session yesterday. And I'm in my NVIDIA, I've got the noise removal up to its highest strength. And you can still hear these little motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah.
So
they're probably going stir crazy right now. They're in a blizzard and a pandemic at the same time. I don't know what to do.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy, dude. I'm running out of shit to do with them. It's like, how many times can I make them do push-ups and jumping jacks? And, you know what I mean? Like how, dude, I try to get them to go outside, and they're like, "No thanks, Dad."
Yeah,
like,
it's the Cobra Kai house over there. You're just taking them through training and stuff.
Like,
just trying to do something, man.
Yeah.
Don't they like snowman or like snowball fights or something? You gotta like take advantage of the current situ.
Yeah, we try our best to do so. Like, what happened though now is what happened in the last few days is it dumped a shit ton on us, right? Like 3 feet.
Yeah.
And then it warmed up just enough to ice everything over. So now you can't. Now it's just like it's just ice. You know what I'm saying? It's not even. You can't build anything with it. You throw a snowball at somebody, they're gonna end up in the ER. You know, like it's rough, man. It's rough, but we do what we can, I guess.
Right.
It's survival mode at this point. It really is survival.
Yeah. How's it out there? How's it for you? We already know we know that Vegas and LA had 12 inches of sunshine this morning. Woohoo!
How about that, man?
What were you on, Coops?
Well, I saw a map. They were showing a map on one of the social media sites, and it was like for the first time in history, like 73% of the country had snow cover, but it was weird, and it looks like a sandwich because you have out west, and it was like no, obviously there's no snow except for when you get northern California, and then you have like the panhandle. Everything else was got some snow cover. I'm like,
this big like parabola shaped snow thing,
dude. If I'm in any sort of like a chamber of commerce or any like tourism thing, like copying that picture, I'm putting that shit out. Like you could live anywhere else, but you really should be down here in Florida. You should be out on the west.
It's funny because it was also just a mass exodus from California to Texas. A friend of mine's was like, put up a tweet the other day that was like, "Are you guys coming back now or what? What's happening?"
Maybe this is all Texas's master plan. They're like, okay, a little too much California.
Yeah.
They got maybe they got the weather machine. They're controlling all the shit.
They went too far.
Yeah.
Like, oh, oops.
Yeah. Texas, go back to where y'all came from.
Hell out of here. Leave your guns and go back to California, man.
Right. Leave your guns.
You're in Eau Claire, right, Coops? Is Eau Claire?
Yeah, just outside of Eau Claire. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys probably got a couple feet too, or what?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty standard. Our biggest thing has been it's been cold like the last 2 weeks. We've been like below zero. Like it didn't get above the zero mark, which was.
That's awesome.
No, Sunday morning we got up and it was 43 below with the wind chill. 43 below zero.
Wow.
It was 43 below.
43 below, and even as a lifelong we got that Wisconsin blood, which is just it's
thick.
Yeah, it's thick. Well, then we thinned it out with some of this. We're like, this life is about balance.
There it is.
Nice.
But
it's happy hour, baby.
We got up and I'm like, I'm fucking done. And then now it's 20 degrees today, and it feels like it's shorts weather. Like,
my God,
I'm gonna go outside. It's like 20. It's ridiculous.
Dude, that's funny you say. I just saw this meme. Speaking of memes, I saw this meme where it was like talking about like we dare any country to invade America, right? And it has all these different sections. And one of the sections on the east, up here on the northeast, was people who wear shorts in the winter. Mm-hmm. It was like reasons why you shouldn't invade America. People who wear shorts in the winter, that had me LOLing.
There's plenty of them out there too. Like you go to go by a gas station or something, and there's always some guy. He's usually a little heftier. He's well fed. But that dude, big boned like dinosaurs were, big boned.
Yeah,
like shorts and a short sleeve shirt, like
just filling his gas, no problem, no glove, no nothing.
No, I'm like, dude, a hypothermia sets in. He's like, I don't give a fuck, man.
We had you might have met him back in the day.
I got plenty.
Coop, but we had a one-man tour crew, Martin the Spartan, and he was a big, thick dude who he drove, he set up the stage, he got the towels, he did everything. It was like one-man band. You should go to the road shop and you see the road crew pictures, and the otherwise road crew was just one guy. But I don't think in all the years we toured in blizzards, I don't think I ever saw him wear a pair of pants. He always had shorts on.
Oh, that's right, he did.
What the weather was his legs were.
He always had shorts on.
It was just crazy.
Well, he's just packed light, man. He's just it's tough to get all those pants inside of a suitcase or a bag. So he's like, no, I'm just fuck it. Who needs legs, man? I don't need legs on these.
Right.
Hey, Ryan, can you turn your mic up a little bit, bro? Or
yeah, Ryan, you got to come up, Ryan.
Check. Okay, for show. Hold on. Let's see if this helps.
What you sipping on, Joe?
A espresso martini because Ryan broke me into it, and now I can't live without it. It's
brunch, right?
Yeah.
It's a part of your day now.
Yeah, that's it. It's a perfect blend.
We got to figure out.
And Coop, you just got some whiskey, huh? Some granddaddy's medicine, cough syrup.
Well, it's been a week. It's been a week. So,
how about that for everybody?
Yeah, let's start. I mean, it's 3:00. The show started at 3:00 Central Time. So, and it's a little bit later, but Adrian is, and you guys, it's earlier than that. Yeah. So kudos to you for starting it at this time. But it's
we don't need a reason to join on to a happy hour somewhere. It's literally 5:00 somewhere. So
yes, sir.
How's this?
Oh, look at
that's a little bit better.
Am I louder?
Did you lower your?
Yeah, a little bit.
Sound a little bassier too. I like that.
A little bass.
A little bassier. Bring it down a little bit. I like that.
Speak with your chest.
Speak like you know what you're talking about. No, but
yes.
Let's see.
Is that TJ, bro?
Check.
Todd Coughlin says, "Look at all these handsome hairy beasts." There's a lot going on. No, it's crazy. But you guys, there's excitement in the air. I mean, outside of Adrian and I dealing with snow, and everybody else in the room, Joe and Ryan are like, whatever. It's it's fine. But Tiger's Blood Tour. We're gonna get out and fucking have a rock show, and I think nothing makes it feel more like a real life experience than the fact that there's gonna be rock shows happening, and you guys are.
Dude, yes, sir. Let me pull up this little.
Yeah, we're excited about that, man. It's gonna be our first real show in a long time. I can't remember what was the last show we played, in front of real human beings, people.
That was it. It wasn't we did a couple of those private parties, right? But
I mean a real show. Yeah, was it NAMM?
I think it was Sturgis, man.
Sturgis. I think
Sturgis.
Sturgis.
Well, Sturgis, yeah. I was thinking before pandemic, but Sturgis was a little bit of an anomaly there.
Yeah.
Nicky B on the top row.
How we doing, fella? How we doing, boys?
Oh yeah.
Here. Nick with the
BDM in the house.
Nick with the steel chair.
Off the top rope.
Off the top rope.
Coming in.
Dropping the elbow.
Nick, have you met Cooper before?
I don't think so. I maybe in passing back in the day.
Yeah, there's good chances. I crossed many of paths.
As have I.
Yeah.
So do you think it was Sturgis was the last one? Is that what we think? Sturgis was
definitely the last one in the middle of the pandemic. Yeah.
That was technically only played. Sorry, go ahead.
Was shutting down the Hard Rock Hotel.
Oh yeah, the Hard Rock.
Yeah, the acoustic gig in February.
That was February 21st, I believe. February 21st, I believe.
2020. Yeah, that was like one of the last ones we did before Sturgis.
You guys are like Coops. You've been to the Hard Rock Hotel in Vegas, the original one.
In Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that the homies Nick and Joe got to see it. But that night, it was fucking. I mean, it was. Yeah, it was packed from where we were playing in the new section all the way to the original section. It was epic to see, man. And that was our last live show before the pandemic. Hey, we did like a half-hour acoustic set or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
Maybe we did long. We did like 45 to an hour. I think we played.
Yeah, it might have been
quite a while. Yeah, it was quite a few songs.
Yeah.
We got some. What's the irons in the fire for the new Hard Rock that hasn't even that just announced, which is now Virgin. But we'll see. We might be popping some. Wow, that really goes well. We might be.
Yes, go with it.
I was waiting for it to come out.
Okay, me too.
Yeah, we're about to. The band get canceled. We'll be canceled in a heartbeat.
I know.
Let's just say we might be playing some shows at the new spot. Yeah, it's cool. Coop, you should come down, man. Things are going to start opening up in Vegas here soon. The governor just announced.
They upped the capacity. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Are they doing a percentage now? Is it like, around here things
30.
are 25? Is it 30%?
Yeah,
35 now.
But like
35.
by the end of
March,
March,
from 30 to 35.
Yeah, by the end of March, it might be 50%.
Yeah.
That's what. There's some optimism there. At least there. I mean, anything is better than 8-0, and start getting a room where you can. Because I know that's got to be tough. I mean, a room that's got even a 35% of the cap.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. It's great to play a show, but God, you're talking about that Hard Rock story, and you're like, it was fucking packed.
Yeah.
I know that energy just is you just feed off of that. But again, a show is a show, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially now in 2020 and 2021, a show is a show.
A gig is a gig is a gig.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you guys are getting out. We got. Let's see. Jody says, newsflash, Mama Joe is coming to Wisconsin, Michigan, and Iowa.
Yeah, let's do it.
Be out there.
That's like half the tour right there.
Right. I love that.
She's grabbing a spot on the bus, I think. She'll be like, hey, I'll be in the back.
Yeah.
She is our tax accountant, so she does get to sit on the bus for sure.
Yeah. So
I just got my 1099 for last year, and it was the most sad tax return I've ever seen in the last decade of my life. Which is it's cool. Yeah. That's fine. I haven't made that little of money since I graduated high school.
We've been not touring.
Yeah, because I got my tax return, all my tax stuff for 2020, and it was pretty sad to look at. But I was like, that was a lot of people though, man.
We're all bracing to do that. I think I've been putting it off for that reason. I'm like, I don't really want to look at this.
I don't want to look at it.
I'm gonna do it before April 15th.
April 14th. That's when I'm gonna open the envelope. Be like, oh shit. Like,
right.
Dude, April 15th tax day, I believe, will be in Wisconsin, man. We're gonna be in Green Bay. Thursday.
So you mean I got to do my taxes before April 14th?
Before we leave for tour, yeah.
Okay. Just do them on the road, Joe. That would be gangster, dude. If you just did your taxes.
Turbo taxing down the road, just like.
Yeah.
Coop, are we gonna see you? Are we going to see you at one of the Wisconsin dates?
Yeah, you guys just announced the Chippewa Falls date, didn't you? Did I see that pop up?
Yeah, on April 14th.
Yeah, that's like, it's about 4 blocks from my house.
Yes.
Really?
Awesome.
Yeah.
After party at your house?
What's the venue? So our ad mat, all we have on our ad mat are the dates and the towns.
Yeah.
But we don't have the venue names on the ad mat. Not yet. So.
Maybe it's just a crapshoot. You just show up, be like, we got to find a place to play now.
Yeah.
This one's open.
Yeah, we'll figure it out when we get there.
If it's April, we'll probably have some snow thawed by then, so we could just do it in the backyard. We'll throw a fucking bonfire up, whatever.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. I'm sure
I'm going to Google that real quick. I'm going to Google this. I'm going to Google our
I think it's everybody's bar. Everybody's?
Everybody's.
Is that right?
I think.
Let's see here. Yeah, everybody's bar. Like your buddy. Like, yo, you're
everybody.
Everybody's.
That's clever. I like that.
Yeah. Presented by 92.9 The X and Art and Entertainment.
Yeah.
Wednesday, April 14th at Everybody's Bar.
Besides the fact that it's sponsored by my former radio station, I'll be there. But, it's all good. say hi and shake hands, and
yeah,
you can still you still VIP though, right? Coops, come on, you're always VIP at our shows.
Well, that's why I only go to your shows. I don't go to anybody else's. I just wait for you fuckers to put a tour together. I'm like, finally.
It's gonna be weird, man. It's gonna be wild. We don't know what to expect. It's like a reset on the whole industry. It's wild, wild west out there when we go. How
was it putting together though? I mean, was it challenging getting, you know? I mean, because obviously you want to be kind of traveling in a direction. You don't want to be like here and there and all around the square. But
I mean, that wouldn't be any different than other tours.
I feel like we're backtracking. Why are we going back the same road we just came down? I don't understand. But was it a challenge to put these dates together, just with venues and dates that are open and cities that are open?
No. Our agent Alex, he did a good job, man. Yep. Like Alex Gilbert over at TKO, he found venues that are just chomping at the bit to reopen and have shows again. And I mean, the routing isn't terrible, dude. It's only like 10 days, but we're actually not going to be doing a shit ton of backtracking. I remember one tour we literally drove across Iowa, like back again, across the whole fucking state.
Yeah.
And it was just like, availability and all that, bookings and all that shit, but it's not terrible this time. And I'm hoping in April. What's the weather going to be like in your neighborhood around April, Coops? Is it still going to be
less shitty?
I'll take it.
So like instead of 20, 40?
40's good. I like that. Usually the turn happens here. Like St. Patty's Day is usually like the turn. You get to about mid-March, and then it's like, we go out for St. Patty's or whatever, and there's still maybe a little snow on the ground, but that's when it starts to turn, and you probably get some 60-degree days in there. I mean, the nights will be cool, but for us, it'll feel amazing.
Yeah,
for you guys will be like, geez,
damn.
Yeah. So you're saying more slush, less snow. Some Slurpees on the side of the road.
Little Slurpees. Yeah, some salt in there too.
Yeah, we need to. Fur coats and the bubble jackets at like 50, 45 degrees. It's like, this is bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
We should be in the 50s and 60s, I would say, by mid-April.
Okay.
Shit, I'll be happy with that, man. I'll be happy with that. So.
Yeah, you'll still be wearing a hoodie though. It's all good.
Oh, dude, my bald ass head, bro. I get cold, dude. I get cold in 60-degree weather.
Yes.
My head.
That's where all the heat escapes from. That's where all the heat escapes, man. Flies out the door.
Right out the top, man.
So when are you guys going to get a chance to actually physically get? I mean, there's going to be some preparation, obviously, for the tour. Like, was there a plan to kind of get together and try to remember how all the stuff works, how the buttons work?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. We actually, Nick, Joe, and I got together last weekend here in Las Vegas, and we just jammed on a stage at Structure, which is the warehouse, the company we work with. They put on live stream shows. They've got a killer stage, and they let us come and jam there. So we just went set up for the weekend and just threw down. So that was a lot of fun. We got a bunch of ideas down for the new record, and it was like, whoa, we're playing with other people. This is weird.
Yeah.
So we'll be getting together just right before the tour starts. We'll do that again.
Yeah.
Try to get Adrian there too. He probably needs some.
Yeah. That's the plan. I listened to the jams they sent, and they're hot, bro. It's that new hotness, dude. So I'm excited. A lot of the stuff that we've been doing in the past, especially the past two records, you get in the room. You get in the box and you write a song, and then you produce it, and then you learn that song, and then you play it live, right? But these guys are kind of taking it back to like the garage days, you know what I'm saying? Like, in a sense, like grassroots, like they're getting together and making the music first, you know what I mean? As opposed to just working in the matrix, so it gives it a different vibe and a different energy, and I'm excited, dude. I'm stoked that we got an EP coming out pretty soon, with a handful of new songs on it, and then some acoustic versions of some of the stuff from Defy. And we're gonna hopefully have a new record out full length with Nick and Joe by the end of the year, man. So a lot of music coming.
It's been cool to kind of go back to an older school way of doing things as far as there's obviously challenges in itself just because of where the current state of everything. But is it kind of cool to go back to doing it in that garage band type of way and really raw, dirty, kind of making it happen?
It was amazing. We just being able to like create something out of thin air, because like what we were doing before we did like a couple of these jams was we all have our own little home setups. Like I'm in my home studio, Ryan's in his, Joe's got his, so we would all kind of make these ideas and we'd send them back and forth via the internet because we're not in the same areas all the time. And that's cool because you get to kind of like show each other what your ideas are, what you're working on. But there's a whole different chemistry when you're in the room together and like Ryan play a riff and like he'll start a riff and then like I'll start writing the bass line and then Joe comes up with a groove, and then like we have these like 12-minute jams where you just see the evolution of this idea from like just the spark to where it ends up. And it's like that came out of like we weren't trying to write something, we were just letting the artists and ourselves kind of come out and like play off each other. And like that kind of writing is way different than like sitting in a room by yourself writing a thing and what do you want to add to this, or what do you want to add to this? It's like you get everyone's input real time on a track, like right there, and that's the real chemistry you get. That's like that magic on a record where like that song just sounds like it happened, because it probably did.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
I mean, we had a, speaking of that, like we had a couple songs that we came with in mind that we like Nick said, that we work with individually, but we had a handful of songs that were just pretty much born organically. Like we started, Ryan might have started a lick, or Nick might have started a lick, or I started something, and it kind of built out and kind of fleshed itself out into a song. And for one, we kind of started on stage while we were playing, and then we were in the parking lot writing, like adding lyrics to it, like maybe
that song's
20, 30 minutes. Yeah, that's gonna be dope.
That song's gonna be sick.
Yeah. To add to all that, Nick and I got together yesterday. We were here, and we pulled up the songs that we jammed on, and we're like, okay, the plan was, okay, let's put a session together. But then when we realized, like, wait a minute, it's not getting the organic feel, because we're just making it part by part, which a lot of the writing, a lot of the bands, a lot of the radio hits happens in the box. And there's nothing wrong with it. And we were about to do an in the box session, but then it's like, wait a minute, some of the dopest parts were just us organically being an old school rock and roll band, which was really cool to experience.
Coops, I'm gonna read you a couple of these tag names that they sent me. These
working names are the best.
First one is Faux Shizzle.
Faux Shizzle.
Then we got Green Fish.
Good one.
Green Fish is gonna be dope.
There's also Never Became Anything. There's Shut Your Mouth.
Yeah.
And then probably my favorite is Jazzy Funk Tacos. That one might be my favorite.
Dude, Jazzy Funk Tacos was sick. That was like that jam took like 4 different directions. It was like kind of a rock song, and then we started doing this like fusion thing where like Joe was doing this really cool like jazz beat, and it was just that track went in like 4 different directions, but it was cool. Yeah. It was super cool.
And we have way more working names that are probably too inappropriate to say on the air right now.
Yeah. I got kids, man. I got 2 kids right here.
Kids are in the back. No, the tragedy in that is that those titles never last. They never make it to the finish line,
Right.
Like Green Fish, we're never going to pop in the new EP from Otherwise and be like, dude, fucking crank Green Fish.
Yeah.
Come on.
We might have to keep Jazzy Funk Tacos.
Jazzy Funk Tacos, maybe.
That's got layers to it, So.
Oh, sure. That's beautiful. Yeah, it needs to it's got to be something, like a B-sides. I mean, do a vinyl, and that has to be the whole.
A vinyl.
Or maybe that's the album title. I'm just throwing ideas out there.
Jazzy Funk Tacos, maybe the new record.
Jazzy Funk Tacos. So everybody's kind of having a elongated break from the road. I know it's not just you guys. The entire industry is kind of going through all this stuff, but to be able to keep the innovation and the creativity and chances for you guys to get together. I know you guys are doing stuff obviously on your Twitch and Patreon and getting out to the fans. What is everybody's like the feeling that you're gonna get at the first show when you're getting ready to take the stage or the opening band is playing and you're kind of getting back into, oh yeah, that's right, I have to, gotta loosen the shoulders a little bit, do the neck thing, what's the most exciting part about getting back out on the road and doing live shows?
Ooh, who wants to go first?
I can answer that.
The energy. I'm just gonna go off the top rope. Don't lose your thought, Nick. But it's just the energy. Like, you know, we talked about what the last show that we played, you know, at Sturgis. The best part for me and probably for the other guys was just the energy. Like, you know, as inappropriate as it might have been at the time, it felt like we were playing to 1,000 people, you know. And
there was a lot of people there, dude.
It was a lot of there. Now that's what I mean. Like, there was a lot of people there, maybe more than should have been. But it was just the energy of the crowd. I mean, it could have been maybe 50 to 100. I don't know, but it felt like the energy, you know, because we hadn't played in a long time, you know, in front of a crowd of people, and you could tell that they hadn't been at a show in a long time. So the energy that the crowd was giving us was that of a couple thousand people, and it just fueled. I mean, I couldn't even tell you, you know, sometimes you leave a show and you could think about, oh, we should have did that better, and we should have did this, and we missed that, or we should have did that. When I left that show, I couldn't even tell you any of those, like, you know, those parts that you analyze after you get a show. All I could just remember was just like being on stage and going for it in front of people who are just on the same wavelength as we were, and was just as happy to be there as we were.
Yeah,
exactly that.
That's a good point you make, Joe, about like analyzing the game tape in your head.
Yeah,
that whole show, we played for like almost an hour and a half, I think.
Yeah, we did.
And
we did 90 minutes.
Yeah, and that whole show felt good. You know, just felt like I didn't feel like I was off. I felt like we were all together. Our manager Zach, you know, he admitted, he was like, I was kind of nervous, man. You know, and he was like, dude, I was standing when he was standing backstage filming us, you know, for content and all that stuff. He was like, dude, it's just this is awesome. It's like we didn't miss a beat, you know.
Yeah.
And I will say this about the place we played, the Iron Horse Saloon. I'm almost certain the cap on that room is like 1,200, and at one point the whole bottom floor was full. Like the entire. It's an outdoor like it's like an outdoor version of the House of Blues, right?
Yeah.
The whole bottom floor was full, and there was a good amount of people up on the railing. It's Sturgis, so everybody's coming and going to different bars, and there was other bands playing. But there was one point, and I know there's a moment in the footage, or maybe there's a picture where it's like I was like, dude, it looks like it. There was never even a pandemic or some shit. It was like it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's got to give you a sense of like, I hate to use the word normalcy a little bit, but you know, when you have that energy and the crowd is there and they're into it, because God knows the crowds have been starved as well. I mean, all these people that want to go out and see a fucking rock show have just like they're clawing at the doors just to get out and see one. So you know that they have the energy. You know that you guys who have been, you know, missing the thing that got you into wanting to be, you know, in this field, that has to be like that moment when, you know, you're standing there and it's, say there was, you know, 1,000, 1,200 people there, and you just kind of take that moment and go, this is how it's supposed to feel. It doesn't feel weird. It doesn't feel like, you know, it doesn't feel like we're doing something dirty. It feels like we're having a fucking rock show and everybody's into it. That had to be like,
I mean, if we're doing our jobs, it should feel a little dirty.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's an innate dirtiness to it.
But that's exactly right, Coop, because that's like that is normal for us. Like the feeling, and that's what Ryan and I actually had this conversation yesterday when we were at the gym. We were talking about like the tour and like everything that's coming up. And my biggest thing for getting back on the road is like that is our normal. Like that's what for the last, you know, most of us last decade or so, we've been on the road like 6-9 months of a year, like most of the years, and like just being able to get back into that routine where every day you're in a new town and you're playing a show and there's like, you know, a big crowd one night, and it's like it's those little things that remind you like, oh man, this is why I love doing this. This is why like you get to a town and like there's always a good show. If you ever get to a town and it's a small crowd, we've had shows where we showed up and there was 12 people there, and like we're like, fuck it, we're gonna give these 12 people the show that they paid for, you know. But like then there's those shows where you do it and it's like 1,000 people, everyone's singing along, like the energy's perfect, and like and it's just, and you don't even analyze. I couldn't tell you the set we played at Sturgis,
right?
But I could tell you how stoked we were after and how stoked the fans were just to have some music. But like that's the normalcy that we've been all missing, even the fans too. Like it's our normal lives to do that routine.
Yeah.
I will say that I'm like I'm gonna be weirded out. Like still the masks, they weird me out. You know, it's gonna be weird to see a crowd, even if it's a half capacity crowd, and everybody's standing there with masks on. You know, like we just went. My wife and I took the kids to this big mall in Syracuse. This mall called Destiny. It's a huge mall. It's like it's like the nicest part of Syracuse, basically. And it was packed because it was the day before Valentine's Day, or it was Valentine's Day weekend. I think, yeah, we were there the day before, and it was packed like a normal mall would be packed, but every single person, every little kid is wearing masks, you know, and that's just, I still feel weird. Like it just feels weird to me, dude. So.
Yeah. There's a weird, especially in that kind of setting when there's, you know, you're in a populated place and people are moving around, and it should be feel completely normal. Like, yeah, we're at the mall, we're doing mall stuff, or, you know, getting a pretzel and buying shit we don't need. You know, normal stuff we do at the mall.
We did exactly. Right. We got pretzels and shit we didn't need.
See, it's scripted, but the weird part, it's like you feel like some sort of movie. I had Ryan on last week Friday, and we were talking about the footage that he took going down in Vegas when everything was shut down, and I'm like, it looks like a fucking movie. And when you're in that kind of in a mall situation, it feels like, okay, what they're filming here? Is it like everybody's auditioning to be Bane, you know, for the Batman? Like, I don't understand, but it's an eerie feeling still, even after, you know, 11 months and 15 days to flatten the curve.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
We're coming up on the anniversary of the 2 weeks to flatten the curve.
I know, of the 2 weeks to flatten the curve. That's
14 days to flatten the curve. Yeah, that was like a year ago.
What's the date on that? What was the date on that?
It was March. It was my birthday, dude.
It was Joe's birthday.
It was March 11th.
Jesus.
Hint, Joe's birthday's coming up.
Yeah.
And so is Ryan's.
Ryan's.
Yeah. Now they showed us in Wisconsin. It was St. Patrick's Day. It was on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
That they closed all the bars down. You know, they like, we're all going to lockdown. All the bars were like, well, that was our last chance. That was the last shot to make any money.
Man, I'm just glad
that's year.
At least we're past all. I mean, it's not that it's over, but we're like, I'm hoping the third quarter or the fourth quarter.
Right. With vaccinations and the numbers, you know, at least in LA, they were talking about the numbers are going down. And to a couple of places across the country, it seemed like, you know, that we're headed in the right direction. So fingers crossed, we can, you know, we'll maybe, you know, when the tour does start, we'll be a little bit more, maybe the capacity for different venues will be higher, you know, so who knows? That
would be really cool if like, because, you know, a lot can change in 6 weeks, you know, so maybe we do get to a point where like other states are opening up their restrictions a if and the vaccines are further along, and like we could have 50% capacity shows in some spots.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, if we're coming through, anybody who's watching, if the Tiger Blood Tour is coming through, speaking of capacity, it is like limited. So you got to get your tickets if you're going to come. You know what I mean? You got to be on the ball with that.
Yeah, it's not going to be wait to get them at the door. Kind of thing, because with half cap and stuff, or 25% or 35%. But I think you've seen on a grander scale, you saw the Super Bowl had 25,000 people. So and then you saw the Tampa Bay Super Bowl parade with many more than that. You saw, so there's been some, and you know, obviously football playoffs, they allowed some fans into the stadium. I know Green Bay did like 9,000, which didn't help, which is fine. But in baseball is talking about starting off the season with, thankfully, actually starting the season, pitchers and catchers reporting this week. But they're talking about doing, 35% at some of these stadiums. So you're starting to see some signs that, okay, we can figure out how to do this. And you hope as it progresses, you're talking about 6 weeks. Yeah, a lot can change in 6 weeks, and hopefully, hopefully it does.
Yeah, definitely.
They gotta get this vaccine out, man. You know, I mean, it's like whether you decide to take it or not, I mean, just get it out so we can just get back to fucking normal. Yeah. Like some normalcy, right?
Yeah, something. I mean, give me a packed room at a rock show, beer being spilt, paying too much for that beer in the first place. Like that's what I want. I want, shit, I just spilled my $7 beer, but it's great. You'll appreciate it more.
It might be a $15 beer now.
Funny thing about that is when that happens again, that used to cause fights back in the day. Now maybe people, dudes just be like, spill your beer on me, man.
Yeah,
spill your beer all over me, dude.
It's gonna be so nostalgic that people won't even be upset anymore. They'll just be like elated to get a beer spilled on them.
Right. Yeah. Remember when we couldn't have this happen? Remember when we were barred from doing this? This is amazing. Yeah. Friendships will be formed.
Yeah.
So I mean, getting ready for the tour, obviously having a chance to get together and get some music put together and prepare for the tour. Like what besides Adrian's out making snow angels and stuff. So we know what his and going to the mall, hanging out at the mall. So we know what occupies his free time. What about the rest of you guys? Like what fills the day outside of the music stuff?
Joe, you should start because you got your shirt on right now.
Well, yeah, that's the other part outside of the music stuff. I have a podcast called Backstage Sports that comes out every Wednesday on all the podcast platforms and on YouTube. And we just talk to musicians and athletes and artists, producers about sports. And, we talk a little bit about, music and what's going on in our lives right now. And then we just kind of get in. It turned into like a therapeutic thing where some of the people we've talked to, I wouldn't imagine we would have been able to talk to them, but they were hitting me up like, dude, it was just like therapeutic to just get and talk about some different stuff and stuff like that. So that's been really fun to work on. And then working on, a lot of production stuff, as far as like, I have a splice pack that's out. So working on some production stuff, as far as my splice pack. I'm also planning a wedding right now. I'm engaged. So there's that. So yeah, there's a lot of things in the works that keep us busy in the pandemic right now, at least in my household.
Yep.
Yeah. Nick,
you want me to go?
Sure.
It's for me what I've been building up to like the last few years of my life is just having it all music all the time. And I got into music production and engineering like 2.5 years ago. So when I'm not working on band stuff, I record other artists. I produce music. Pretty new at it, but it's a lot of fun. It's like learning a new instrument. It kind of like once you kind of see the cool aspect of creating music and creating audio, and like putting songs together for other artists, it's kind of like it's consuming. So yeah, when I'm not writing, I'm producing and engineering other artists. And
what's the name of your studio again?
Audio 51.
Nice.
Audio 51. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
The tone is out there.
The tone is out there.
The tone is out there.
I've been over there, man. It's got a vibe. It's got a vibe for sure.
I like the Vegas people, Nick. I like that, brother. You're a Sin citizen now, bro.
I am. I'm officially a Sin citizen.
Yeah.
We're trying to
get Joe out here.
Maybe we can.
Hey, we were looking at apartments last weekend. We were looking at houses actually.
Joe and I were.
It's cheap.
Come out to Vegas for us, man. Then I'm gonna be back there ASAP too. And then
let me tell you, coming from Los Angeles, it was already very attractive.
Yeah.
Just
Nick and I were looking at houses yesterday, and we're like, dude, how do we get Joe to Las Vegas? we gotta make a plan. We gotta call Czar.
Make the move.
But yeah, I'm on the same tip, man. Life by music, dude. It's music all day, every day. Just trying to stay healthy, and so you could stay creative in mind. Coop, I run a nonprofit called Life by Music, and we've been developing courses. I'm working with some organizations in Las Vegas. I have a really cool relationship with the Gibson Gibbs Foundation. This guy named Dendy Jarrett has really taken a liking, and he collaborates really well with the organization. And we're planning our first 5K here in Las Vegas in May, which that's next.
Oh, that's killer.
I'm hitting these guys, like, we have a text thread together. I'm like, yo guys, I got this course going, 5 weeks. I'll let you know, it's being developed as we speak. Just keep you guys in the loop, because
I also want to do the 5K now. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, that's gonna be I guess I could announce a 5K for a nonprofit, and I'm like, all music band, like, I don't know, gotta ask the label. Wait. Oh wait, this has nothing to do with the label. Sweet.
Yeah.
So we raise funds to get instruments to kids, and we have like music outreach education programs that we're working for. So we're going to do a fundraiser of 5K in May, booking that out, and just developing courses to kind of teach music, but then also give a place for musicians to come share their art as well. So it's like a 360 kind of charity that I'm trying to. The people who volunteer get to express themselves, and through expressing themselves, they teach the kids and they teach the people who need, you know, the outreach. So that's what we've been working on. I mean, no better time than now to really make it something that can help the community.
Yeah, speaking of that, I need some of your books, bro, because I just had a meeting with the YMCA up here, and I'm going to be volunteering like once or twice a week to teach my brother's guitar magic curriculum to the kids up here at in upstate New York. So
that's awesome.
Let's get it going, man.
Yeah, just call my secretary and we could work something out.
Yeah, make an appointment first.
People call my people.
Yeah.
You no longer have direct access.
Call mom.
Have your people.
Call mom.
You won't talk to me directly.
That's funny.
So. Obviously everybody misses the live show, misses being out on the road, and it's exciting that you guys have that opportunity coming up with Tiger's Blood tour, but outside of, so we'll take out the option of missing actual touring live shows in the last year. Like what do you miss the most? Like what are you really anticipating? Is there like, I can't wait until this place is open so I can go get this? Like what are you really missing outside of music stuff? Like what can you not wait to open back up or go experience that you haven't been able to in the last almost a year?
Dude, me and the kids, man, we Dave and Buster's, bro. I wish fucking Dave and Buster's.
Dave and Buster's, bro.
Like seriously, man. We had so much fun there together, and every time we go to the mall and it's closed, it's just like, dude, this sucks.
Yeah,
Dave and Buster's.
Me and Ryan. I was just last time I was in Vegas the other week, and I was at Ryan's house, and we were right before Nick had got there. We were talking about, and I think me and Nick talked about this too. We were talking about curated drinks, margaritas versus something else or something like that. And one of the most things that I miss most is just hanging out. Like our band we have amazing musicians in the band. That's one of the things that I love about this band, that everybody is amazing in their individual right as a musician and as an artist. But we also have phenomenal people. Like I just love hanging out with these guys, right? And so I miss being able to go to a bar or go to a little swanky lounge and get some swanky ass drinks and some eats with these guys. You know what I mean? And so I miss being able to do that. It's cool to hang in people's houses, and we've been doing that. But that's one of the things I can't wait to do. Like go to a place and try some stuff, because we're all foodies and we're into different cocktails and different, you know what I mean? And so that stuff is cool. I miss that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I second that. I concur.
To get a like an overpriced drink, and you have an hour to drink it and get out, and
Bring
that.
How about you, Coop? What are you waiting to reopen, man?
Well, Wisconsin is kind of open. There's still rooms that are 25% cap, restaurants and stuff are, but I mean, for the most part, it's open. The weirdest thing, and I think Adrian hit on it, is the mask thing. Is a weird sense of, I don't know, like it's Wisconsin. You got, if you've been up here and done a show, like we're all like close, we all like, that's the reason when I met the brothers, Adrian and Ryan, we just hung out. We met and then we hung out like for 6 or 7 hours, and like 3 of those I remember, but I'm sure the last 4 I'm sure great things happened after hour 3 that we hung out. But there's a camaraderie. We love shows, we love people, we go out and we hang out, and it feels like there's a weird vibe. Like there's a standoffishness.
It's a barrier. It's literally a physical and like a metaphysical barrier. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
So not being able to, like, when you walk by somebody in the grocery store and you're like, really try not to bump into them, because you may run into the wrong person and shit could go bad quick. Like, I'm so sorry. I didn't see. I was trying to get the Cheerios and you were in the Fruit Loops, and that was not that. Like, I'm so sorry. But like to not be able to see somebody's like facial expression, or it's very. cathartic a little bit when you're out. You know, you want to see, especially in an environment where you want to see people be jovial and be happy and smiling and have a good time. I'm like, are you smiling under there? Are you happy?
I just want to hug a stranger, man. I just want to hug a stranger.
I know, right? Come here, give me some love, you know. You know, my mom lives out in Northern California and usually makes the trip over here once a year. She hates fucking snow, so she's like, I'll come when it's nice. I'm like, well, you got 3 weeks, and then and hopefully that's April, so that otherwise guys can get here and there's not too much you know, faux fur flying around. But you know, so not being able to have her fly, you know, she's kind of like, I'm gonna hang back. I'm like, come, just fly, it's fine. Yeah. So I think there's that. There's missing people. There's missing guys like you that I, you know, at least see once a year at a show or at a festival or something. So those kind of things that were at least missing for the last 11 months, you're like, damn, like I miss, like, even though sometimes humans suck, like I miss when we sucked less. Like when it was a little bit better.
When we sucked together.
Yeah, when we sucked together, which I think I saw that movie. It's not for kids.
Dude, the other thing, I'm like, I keep seeing these commercials on TV, you know, like for HBO Max, and it's like playing on HBO Max and in movie theater. I'm like, what fucking movie theaters are open right now?
That's what I was thinking. Like, what movie theaters?
What movie theater? Like, that's the other thing that I miss going to the movie theater, man.
Yeah. And how weird is that it's going to change? Because you know this is just the tip of the iceberg with what HBO Max did, is doing this direct to streaming option. Like the whole the whole ambiance of a movie premiere or the first night it's in or a midnight showing, you know, like when a major motion picture comes out, like at midnight we're showing the first one. Like now you're giving people the option to, I'm just going to sit on the couch and I'm going to watch it at my leisure. So it's weird that it's convenient right now, and it's kind of cool to be able to watch some of the stuff, but it really taking away the experience of being at a theater. We talked overpriced beer, overpriced popcorn, and jujubes or whatever you're into.
Yeah, but that popcorn's really good though. Like I don't have movie theater popcorn. You can't replicate that.
You can't be buying the microwave stuff and be like, this is, even if it says movie theater, you're like, this isn't.
It's only like a third of the butter they put on it, dude. They drown that shit.
If your hand's not dripping when it comes out, it's not right. It's not how they.
Again, that's another. I think it's another movie that I've seen before.
It's also not the Joker. Well, still sticky.
Still sticky.
And there was a popcorn.
Nick, I think I cut you off, Nick. I threw 2 in. What are you waiting to open back up? Is there anything specific?
I mean, for me, it's always been shows because I've worked at venues before too. I love music so much, dude. I even there's a venue I worked at back in San Diego called Soma, which was like the coolest all ages venue. Like Blink-182 started there, Pierce the Veil, like Slayer used to play there, Nine Inch Nails used to play there. Like it's still a cool venue to these days. But like
we played there with 10 years.
What's that?
We played there with 10 years once.
At Soma?
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's right. Shit, I forgot that.
Yeah. It's I love working shows. Like, and that was the thing too, is like when I remember the conversation, I was in the box office with the girls that ran it, and like it was in like February of 2020, and we were like, they were talking about this coronavirus thing, and we heard they might cancel Coachella. It was like at that point when like there was grumblings about like what might have happened, and I was like, if they get a lid on it, it'll be fine, you know, nothing to worry about. And then like a month later, like no shows, everything's canceled, and just like I like working. I just love being around music. I love being around working shows, playing shows, being on tour. Like, you know, I love doing lights. I love mixing. I love like, and it's cool being in a studio and like it's quiet and you can do all that. But I love like the ruckus of being around a concert because there's just like that's that energy. It's like you can't replicate that. It's the same thing with like the movie theater. Like, you can watch it at home and it's cool, but like, dude, when you're watching a movie, I remember when like the trilogy of Star Wars came out and like seeing that in the theater, like as like a younger kid, and I'm just like, man, like you can't get that kind of energy from your house. Like, I mean, it's just, there's that vibe of being around people. And like, I guess it's the same thing with like streaming music versus like going to a record shop or going to a concert and buying a CD from an artist you just saw. Like, there's an energy you can't replicate.
It's too convenient. You're watching a movie at home, like you can pause it. You're like, like you don't have to go through that pain of having to, like, if you have to take a piss, you're like,
pee for 45 minutes.
Yeah, you just stop it.
I can't, like, you can't tell the guy back running the film, like, I'm going to be back in like 3 minutes. Like, you can't, like, at home, you can do that. But there's a certain energy that goes into like, I'm just gonna hold it and I'm gonna watch it until the end. And then if you watch like a Marvel movie, then you have to watch the credits too. You're like, you can't. The people are missing out on that experience of having to hold your bladder for an extremely long period of time.
100%.
Just to see what's going to happen.
Yep.
Getting soft, baby. People getting soft.
Yeah,
man.
we're getting soft. That's the thing. It's gonna be hard to reverse it too, because they were talking about this movie theater straight to consumer thing, this model before the pandemic. Like they were talking about it possibly happening, and so now it's just gonna be like, man, it's gonna be interesting to see how it changes the industry once this is all over.
Yeah, another interesting question, and you guys interject. Like, I'm curious about like the nightclub industry, because I used to work in that for many years back in Vegas, and I'm like what not that I'm like a big club guy anymore, but there was a whole $1 billion industry, in many cities, not just Vegas. LA has some of the most fun clubs we ever hung out at too. Like I'm wondering, like, are people going to want to cram back into a dark, sweaty nightclub and like, fucking grind on each other?
If we're using little sample sizes around the country, like Atlanta and Florida, yes, to answer your question, because their strip clubs have been open in Atlanta since March, it feels like, and they seem to not be having any problems. In the same for a couple places in Florida. So it seems like people are going to come back. It might be a different percent of the population, but as far as it looks like, they're going to come back and be just fine.
Are the dancers wearing masks? I mean, I'm just asking. Like, do you feel like
they are?
I feel like
I think they're supposed to.
A friend told me, but yeah, they are.
That's what he heard.
Oh, that's what he heard.
It's a rumor.
Yeah.
Because I'm wondering, like, is there a discount then? I mean, I'm not saying.
Right.
It's like, in
the
theory,
weird thing is that in one strip club, me and Ryan were talking about that we heard about the strippers could do lap dances, but they had to have on masks.
We found out about that from a very distant source, that we weren't close to the vicinity of the venue at all, but just the next day, the one we were talking about, they got Super Bowl, like the commissions came in, so they were doing they were already just running the venues, and then Super Bowl weekend there was like a major sweep of the exotic dancing venues.
Oh wow!
It's good that you have an inside source there.
Yeah, we just pay attention.
I was talking nightclubs. Okay, you guys went to the strip.
It's a form of a nightclub.
Yeah, it's usually nighttime when you go there.
Yeah, right.
We're just looking for a nightcap, right? Just
unless you're super dedicated, then you go during happy hour, and
there's a special kind of person that goes to a strip club at 2 p.m.
The daylight strip club guy.
Yeah, that guy.
That should be a character, like a Minecraft character or some shit, dude.
Yeah, that shit. We need that needs to be a working title for one of our songs. Is the Daylight Strip Club guy?
Yeah. It's done. I'm stealing it already. I'm gonna send you guys something this weekend. It's gonna be titled that.
Yes.
Straight up.
Yes.
Right. So let's see. We have people throwing comments in here. One of the ninjas better say sushi with the Todd.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 Well, we don't know. Are we going to see the Todd J?
5 a.m. sushi.
Mr.
The only place that is open.
Yeah, man. We've had many a sushi adventures in the wee hours of the morning, like after concerts, after live streams. Yeah, we'll do like the live stream, and then we'll go be hanging out, and then it's like 2 or 3 in the morning creeps up on you, and then you're a 24-hour sushi place. Or no, Ryan, what was your buddy's place we went to that he kept it open for us after the one stream that we did?
That was Kobe Sushi. Home of the Ryan Patrick roll.
Home of the Ryan Patrick roll.
It was Ryan Patrick,
which is very tasty, by the way.
That's very good.
So but the one we go to right there on the strip that stays open till like 4 a.m. is Kaizen Sushi.
Yeah.
And we have definitely the Todd J has come through to town, and we've raged hard, and then it's like, wait, we could get sushi at 3:30 a.m. Like, yeah, let's go.
Let's do it right now.
$600 later.
Oh man, those tabs.
The sake, man. The sake creeps up on you.
The sake, dude. You guys are making me miss y'all even more, man. Fuck.
For real.
This is all part of a way to get you back to Vegas faster. Yeah. And apparently to get Joe to move to Vegas, there's a movement there. There's probably a petition going around in Vegas to get Joe to move.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Joe-
live music's
Joe would
coming
make-
back to the venues
Man.
here, Joe. We could introduce you to the circuit, bro. We
Dude,
got-
we were on Zillow less than 72 hours ago.
Yeah,
No lie. This is you can ask my fiance. No lie.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
that's fine.
Consistent.
Hopefully by the end of the year, we'll all be somewhere sunny together.
Yeah.
And at least in April, we'll be pretty close to my man Coops over here. So
Yeah.
I can't guarantee the weather is going to be in an ideal, you know, it may be snowing, it may be sunny, it could be. We've had Aprils where it's like 80, and then we've had Aprils where you have a really strange snowstorm.
Yeah.
So it's a crapshoot, you know.
It's okay.
like
We're gonna bring the
you never
heat,
know what you're
Coop.
gonna get, man.
We're bringing the heat, Coop. It's all good.
Yeah.
No worries.
Always bringing the heat, man. Always bringing the heat.
Yeah.
Well, I know you guys had about an hour to jump on here. I want to say just super fucking thanks for all of you for jumping on and taking time. I know you're all different time zones, and you know Adrian's he's about to throw a dart at his kids and to keep that. And not the plastic dart either. Remember the old metal tip ones? He's
Yeah, the real ones.
Oh, long
Real
darts, man.
discipline.
Long darts.
lawn darts.
old school, baby. They better duck. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to
Straight
train these kids.
Those reflexes. You got to get those reflexes down, you know.
That's-
Yeah.
You can dodge a
Learn.
wrench. You can dodge a ball.
I do actually have to go make dinner for these boys.
Hi,
My
man.
wife, she's studying for nursing school, and it's crazy the amount of work she's got, the workload she has. But we also have my baby boy's a small little for his 4th birthday is going to be a birthday party tomorrow. So he turns 4 in a couple days. So we got all that stuff to prepare for. And I mean, I could stay on with you guys, and like you guys mentioned earlier, Joe and Coops, with the podcast, like it's therapeutic to just get here and just shoot the shit with good dudes, you know. So I would stay on with you guys all fucking night if I could. So, but I actually got to go. I got 2 hungry little friggin' spider monkeys over here, like asking for food.
Spider
dude.
monkey.
You pan the camera over, they're like on the ceiling. They're like walking in that creepy horror movie way, like when they walk back and it's all like a different
I'll
camera.
kick you like a spider monkey, Grandpa.
They're constantly climbing up shit. I don't know where they got that from, but they're constantly climbing up.
Oh yeah. I wonder.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
We all gonna die.
Yeah.
We all know.
The first time you walk by a golf cart and they accidentally borrow it, you'll be like, yeah, I know where you get that from.
Yeah.
It's not DNA.
100%.
It's not DNA.
Oh man, tell them to have a golf cart for us ready, Coops, at the venue in Chippewa Falls, dude. We'll have some fun.
I mean, basically, around here, you just ride that shit around town. I mean, it's no big deal. I know
Yeah.
what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? You know,
We'll go get some sushi in a golf cart. It'll be awesome.
I may not recommend sushi. In Chippewa.
Yeah, that's probably not the move.
Well, we'll fly it in.
I mean,
we'll fly it in.
I had question marks about 3 a.m. sushi in Vegas, but I will tell you what, I will take that.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, you got
Well, before we go, what's the vibe? Because like we were talking about, we're all kind of foodies there. What's the thing? What should we get when we're there?
Cheese.
Yeah, you
Just that's it. Just a slab of
just
cheese
Is
and
there
beer.
like
Squeaky cheese
You
curds,
got
man.
squeaky cheese curds. You got deep fried cheese curds, and
Yeah.
then they changed the batter on. There's the fair style. They have ones that are like that big around. Just I'm gonna send you I'll email you a list of things to prepare yourself for, because
Yeah.
it's gonna be great. Like you're gonna be like, fucking cheese curds are amazing, but afterwards you're gonna need to have a couple supplies ready to go.
Yeah.
Because your systems aren't going to be used to that much cheese in one.
Yeah.
Some fiber.
It's called backstop, baby.
Yeah, you're gonna need-
backstop.
You're going to need some fiber. You're going to need some Prunalex. You're going to use a friend you can call in case of
A
emergency.
friend you can call.
Like,
An emergency contact for cheese.
Emergency contact. Yeah.
you probably need a backup vehicle. I'm just telling you all this shit. I'm going to let you know when you come in. I mean, come in hot. And just, again, I'll have a safety list for you for the exit.
All right.
Yeah, we'll be prepared.
All right, gents. I got to sign off
Hey.
and get this dinner going for these kids, man.
Thank you
I
all
love
for
you
being
guys.
part of this. Love you
thank
all.
guys.
Can't wait to see you guys up here very soon. Otherwise, everybody, love it. Thank you all
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you guys.
Take care of yourselves.
Later, Bruce.
See you guys.
Much love. We'll be in touch. Cheese curds, man.
Cheese curds.
Cheese curds.
Cheese curds. It's gonna happen. There they go. Ryan Patrick, last one standing.
Yeah.
Last man standing.
Take care, brother. Thank you so
I
much for
appreciate
having
you
us.
setting us all up, man.
All right. See you
Take
soon, dude.
Yeah,
Later.
you will. Take care. Look at that. The guys and otherwise jumping on, doing the damn thing. It was great. thank you all for hanging out. A lot of great comments here in the